Hey guys, this is Yanni Red, and you may know me from my YouTube videos. I've been teaching locks now since about the same time as I got my license and I say teaching locks because I started doing them around 1995. One of my neighbors had locks and I was in hair school already. I was on YouTube since about 2010. And I started out by sharing some of my lock styling videos. I went to a hair show in Atlanta and didn't get the result that I wanted. And so it fueled me to go further. And it also let me know that there was a lot of people who wanted to learn from me because of how I could style. And they had saw my work in the magazines for over 3 years while I didn't even know that people were looking for me. And so it kind of pushed me into teaching. And when I did cosmetology, I liked it, but I was good at braiding. I was already good at braiding. So locks were very similar to braiding. And I just started to cling more to that. For one, because it was like the only service that everybody else couldn't do. So it kept me busy all the time. For two, because they couldn't do it. So I would build clientele a lot easier because I'm doing the thing that nobody else wants to do. Long story short, I started opening salons. I developed, this problem because now that I have a salon, I'm more accessible and I'm more available. And I didn't know how to create my own schedule back then. I didn't know how to price myself. I didn't know how to really even own a salon. I just know I had this big clientele and I needed my own space with them because we took up a lot of space. I got popular in my city and I grew up to over 800 clients in a salon with 10 employees, 2 shampoo assistants, and 8 retwisters and myself. So I left it all. I had this successful shop, and everything was going great. And I got to this point where I got so scared, I got so afraid that I didn't know anything else. I don't know anything else. I don't know how to do anything else but hair. And I was so busy and so stretched, so thin by this time, having so many clients that I started to miss parties for my friends and my children, and relationships started to just dwindle, and I became unhappy with what was going on. And so I went to Atlanta to kind of clear my head and learn more about the business. But I always was a Jersey girl who loved where I was from. Where I built my clientele huge, and I'm just a pillar of my community. However, I want to tell you guys a story about how this virtual class / lock club started and what it is. So this was around 2012, and I had a hair show to do plus a class. Got up very early, around 6 o'clock in the morning, to do hair, and I didn't finish doing hair till about 12. And I remember that I was supposed to be taking my camera. I had just bought this brand new Nikon 3200, the D3200, the red one. I was so excited. And I had the whole day planned out. And when I got off, I was supposed to get off around 10 so we could hit the road around 12. But I wound up getting off around midnight, 11:30. I had to still drive there if I wanted to get there on time that night, even though I had worked. And I was okay. I took a few energy drinks, and I was up. And I'm driving down that highway, and there's a truck. It's just me, this car, my car, and the truck is driving in the lane next to us. And all of a sudden, the truck just slides in front of me. And my life flashed before my eyes. I had my 6-month-old baby in a car seat in the back. Pushed the brakes, kind of lightly, not to screech or it made the car start to slide toward the truck. And so I had to take that steering wheel and just turn it hard away from the truck. And the car is spinning around and spinning around, spinning. And as we're spinning, I'm getting the car to go slower and slower, breaking it down. And so when we get down to about 20 miles per hour, we hit the side rail. And, it was a light hit. We weren't hurt, thank God. But it was very dark out there and it was cold. And it had started hailing now. And so we're out there with the baby. And, we get out the car, for one, because it's super dangerous. It's like really dark out. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. And there's no, like where it happened, there's no way to really see too far in front of you. So it was really dangerous for us to stay in the car and wait for help. So we started walking up the highway with the baby, and it started hailing really hard. And a lady rode past, and she had OnStar at the time. This was about 2012. And called my mom. My mom came and got us. We were about an hour out in Pennsylvania. I went back and, I still wanted to go do the class because I was excited. I had just started doing the boot camps at my salon, and one of my students had a salon, and she wanted me to come and give classes at her salon. So it was starting to take off, back then. From the accident, we went back home. Thank God we weren't hurt. My car was totaled. We get back home, and I wasn't able to get back for personal reasons to do the class. And so we decided to get on Hangouts together. And I said, let me just see if I could, instruct everybody from here. And you teach the class, and I assist you in teaching the class from Hangouts. And we put everybody on a separate account in a meeting where we could see everybody. And, I could toggle between which students I could see, or at the time I'm watching very closely. I can see if they make a mistake. I can see, if they're not understanding, I can see, because everybody has their own account and they can see and hear you, So we tried it and it was a success. I learned early on that loc classes can be so convenient, so convenient. But I ran into a problem. My problem was that how did I, in 2012, teach people about virtual class, about, getting on Zoom? I didn't know even how to work Zoom at the time. We were still on Hangouts. And so the challenge was getting people in front of the class, understanding that how it could be so convenient, like just from your house. And I started to build out this idea in my head about how people could easily learn locs, easily learn how to just do them, just like every other hairstyle. Because with locs, we stand out so much, and we have it so hard as a loctician because, let's just say you do lace fronts. You could look online and see so many different lace front pictures that you could just use. Locticians can't really do that. We'll get, we have no industry standards. There's a lot of YouTubing and different gurus and YouTubers and hairstylists, and you get this big melting pot of information, and you stuck trying to decipher what's real. I created this program for you guys. I created this program for the ones who went into a new salon looking for inspiration and got shot down. I created this for you guys, the respectful ones that went in respectfully and were just looking for a little guidance. And because there is hair school, you've already gone to hair school, so I don't want to put you in another school. You've already built some clientele. You may have built no clientele, but the point is, I want to make this convenient where you could do it from your home, from your salon, from your phone, and learn loc styles, because it's really that easy. We've had some success in the past with this virtual lock class style of teaching that I do.